would end up being the MVP of the room and destroying everybody. Like we literally got good to the point where we'd go up against crews of other people and we'd be like, they're not that bad. And then we all ended up just getting bored because the only thing left to do was like the grind to unlock weapons and add-ons and whatever. And I was like, nah, I'm bored with this. This is fucking boring. So I quit right there. So it's not like I can't do like Twitch first-person shooters, but I have friends that are just obsessed with them, like Hell Let Loose, Battlefield, Warzone. Like that play style to me of, oh, I'm gonna get you before you get me. I don't like that. To me, it's boring. Like, can I beat you if I tried? Yeah, probably. If I trained on the game, I'd have to lose a lot. I'd have to like, get the feel of it, I'll probably do good, but I don't want to just sit there over and over. Like fucking going through it and getting used to the mechanics. So this is why I like Diablo 2, because I'm like, it's chill. You don't have to go nuts. I don't know. I just like games that are like slow. As I age, could be an age thing. I like slower games, slower pace games, easier games that don't have too many mechanics. Which I know Diablo 2 is like overwhelming for some people. They're like, well, there's so much to fucking learn. I guess for me, because I played it for like 20 years, there's not really anything to learn. But that's why I hesitate to do Diablo 4. I did a little bit with a Necromancer, and I was like, I don't like this. Like, I just don't like overcomplicated mechanics. That's not my thing. If you look at shit, does Xbox on PC show this even? I don't think they do. But like, I think I have it on my phone somewhere. If I do have my phone, I can't find it. So most of the time, what I do is I play a lot of like story-based games. Like kind of like this in the vein of the Sony style games, like God of War, Spider-Man, whatever. I enjoy stuff like that where you're going through a story and you're just progressing. Like we did on stream, we did Jedi Survivor, or the other one, I think, the newer one. I'm not sure which is newer. Jedi Survivor or Jedi. Shit. I might as well just open this bitch up. Oh yeah, Survivor is the new one. Fallen Order is the old one. Yeah, we did this on stream. And I loved it. And I loved how it had like tiny bits of Dark Soul elements with my phone is here, I just heard it vibrate. Tiny elements of Dark Souls with, I'm sorry, Star Wars. So like for me that shit works. I just don't like games that are like, yeah, Dark Souls. Somebody said like there was this game that was a Dark Souls clone that came out recently, and I was like, I don't know, not interested. Let's take a look here. I'm kind of curious. Hold on. What happened? Sorry, technical difficulties. Okay. What was I looking for? Mortal Shell was one. Lies of P, of course. Running it, not too much. I don't feel it. I mean, it is, but not to an offensive level. Yeah, Star Wars is one of them. Ashen I played, it bored me to tears. Didn't do that. Lords of the Fallen I actually bought, I didn't like it. Didn't even make it past the first mission. Lies of P, Jedi Survivor. This game I fucking hated. Hated. So yeah, I'm just not a fan of this type of shit. But I was trying to look... What was I trying to look for? Oh, that's installing? I didn't realize. Anyways. I digressed a lot. So, I like either linear style games or games that have a very easy to explain gameplay loop. I feel like this game, I explain it to you guys all the time. It's not that difficult. It's just you have to learn. There's a lot of systems you have to learn, but none of the systems are complicated. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Because this game is like, you just have to hit a number for a thing. You don't have to understand why you have to hit a number. You don't have to understand why things are like this. Like, you don't have to go through the ins and outs of it. You just gotta hit a number. Be like, oh, okay. I need 68 FCR for her to teleport fast. That's it. Like, stuff like that is just easy to digest. You don't even have to know why you're doing it. Just the fact that, like, here's a guide, just do this and you'll be fine. I like that. Cow game? 7 minutes long? This shit is probably old. Yeah, I rambled way too long. I know we respect her, and I know we're looking for one more thing. And for everybody who wasn't watching yesterday and who missed yesterday, it was just organizing. That's all you missed. On non-ladder, we just organized the shit out of everything, so now I know, like, this is the person that holds my boots, this is the person that holds this, that. Nothing crazy. Now, her, we also respect her. When you max these two out, you don't even need the synergies, they're fine. We decided to max this out. Get 17 there and as much as we could there. But it turns out Impale, other than like bosses and Ubers, nothing great. Like you can see it here. It's fine, but wasting 20 skill points on it to me is kind of like meh. What we're focusing more on is just making her tanky. And that's why we're using the Storm Shield. We're just trying to do like a tankified Amazon. And with that, this Valkyrie can actually kill things on her own. She won't die. It takes a lot to kill her. And that right there, that whole mess of people does a lot. I could just sit here and casually like there's fanaticism, there's a lot of shit going on. And I could toss her in there and take these guys like one at a time. No worries. She's got a shit ton of life. She actually does damage. We had her kill Mephisto on her own. Maybe we should do it again just for shits and giggles. Because I know this is like probably leaving a bad taste in people's mouth. Like, yeah, right. I think the mercenary was involved last time, so let's bring him back. He helped. It is hell. So like it's a lot to ask. Actually, we could do it without him. I have faith in her.
Greetings.
I like these experiments. There you go, girl. Get him. I think it helps too when I'm there, just so she gets free reign. You can see she's putting a dent in him. Keep in mind, this is not a mercenary. This is a fucking summon. And look at her life and look at his. And look at mine. I'm getting fucked up worse than the two of them. Does it take a while? Yeah, sure. Did she get it done? Let's say you're going through the game, right? And you're like, no matter how many skill points I put into like jabs, it's not doing anything because I don't have good gear. Just summon her and make her kill all the bosses for you. It might take 2 to 5 minutes, but you can just sit back. He knows what he's doing. He's poisoning me. He's trying to kill me to get her to stop beating his ass. She's about halfway, and we're about a minute in. At least a third of the way. And she's not even like fully optimized. Like, filling that up will give her more life. Filling critical strike will give her more critical strike than 62%. Filling penetrate up will give her more attack rating. So she might even be missing hits here. But I just think it's extremely fucking fascinating. And one thing that I wanted to do is like pit her against the assassins, either like in a duel or just like time to kill, like run a timer on how long each one of them takes to kill a boss when they're fully maxed out. Okay, so we kind of got the picture. This is how long it took her to get to halfway. She's gonna get there. It's just gonna take a while. So if you want to just play support to her and just throw these and then walk up a few pokes. Oop. I don't have any mana. Now I know what people are gonna say. Why would you even bother when you could go up there and poke him a few times and kill him? Just invest more in yourself than in her. Well, a lot of the times, like ancients for examples, when you're doing them, even if you're strong enough, like this guy, if there is 2 or 3 of him beating down on me like Trav, it's hard. It's hard to, like, let's do Trav. She at least serves as a phenomenal distraction because she's like at least another weak player. Think of her like that. Like if you're level 90, she's like another level 70 just sitting there helping you. She's not exactly going to be like another level 90 and be like, hold on, I got this. But she's going to help. See? I don't have to worry too much about like getting swarmed by them because they have to pay attention to hurt. If they don't, they're taking damage. So the AI just tells them like, ouch, this hurts, let's kill it. Same thing it's telling them about me. Ouch, this hurts, let's kill it. But you can see that guy's the hardest one. He usually gets me killed. And she's taking him. She's got him while I clear out everything around us. I just helped out. And she helped me just clear out the other, like she gave me time. In this game, time is like very important. Like, how important is time here? Well, the poison necromancer pretty much explains exactly how important it is. So he's got his own system of, well, at least my necromancer does. He's got his own system of, basically, because poison damage takes forever, I just add skeletons to the mix, and they're there to distract while I do my thing.
I can't use this yet. 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 I can't use this yet.
I feel like we got enough. We can just go past all these poison resists. See, it's just time. It takes that. It's not like he's weak. It just takes time. And you can see here, it does 11k damage with that poison nova. Just takes time. It takes time for it to set in. I think it's 11k over like 10 seconds or something like that. Oh, over 2 seconds, sorry. But it's just like 5 seconds per one cloud, and then 5 seconds per, like, it just takes time. So that's the thing. Because it's over time, it's like not the one poison wave that's destroying them. Now, if you could get this guy to somehow do like 20 or 30k poison, he'll be doing this every time that green hits them. He'll just be like wrecking them. But it's really hard. But even so, like, time. Give him time. It works. He does it. Just takes some time. He's not gonna be like a Javazon that just throws one javelin and everything melts, but in time, if you hit him with that, run away, you can see their life melting down. There you go. And the nice thing about it is you can kind of like continue on your way and just wait for the poison to do its thing. Like, they're poisoned. I don't have to stick around for that shit. Just go. See? The guys that we were fighting, they're down now. Especially if you hit them with lower res. And just teleport away. It's all good. Lower res, poison. Okay, it's gonna take these boys a while, but they'll get there. They'll die. The only problem with this guy is boss fights. Which is exactly why we have that R trigger map to decrepify. So like here, you can see that's decrepify. He's weak. he can't really hurt anybody and he's slow. Now if I do lower res, I could kill him faster, but you can see it's not... Everybody's in danger when I do that. Not as bad, but I think Bale's a better example. Let's do Bale with him. Diablo's kind of a bitch. Even these guys, lower res. They're annoying. Hit him with the lower res and then hit him with that. Now they're dead. And we haven't even been using his secret weapon, Corpse Explosion. That's like his nuclear option. You hit him with lower res, one of your skeletons drops a body, and then you do Corpse Explode, over. See? Lower res, drop a body, somebody. There you go. It's over. We're not even using the Poison Nova. You can throw it in for a little razzle dazzle, but you don't need it. Oh, these guys. There you go. The most annoying enemies in the game, pretty much. Hit them with lower res. These guys too, they're poison resistant. Lower res. Like, there's not a whole lot to fear with this guy. Because the toughest enemies in the game are going to be resistant to something. And because you have lower res, you drop it, I think, by 60%? $62. Wave 4 is supposed to be his weak one, but we'll see about that. Because that's when the poison immunes come in, so it's supposed to be like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Okay, it took a minute, but they're poison res. And then once I got a body to pop, it was over. My strategy for these guys is usually slow them down, because they're really tough on your skeletons. And since they don't have any poison resist, just wait. Slow them down, make them weak, let the poison do its thing, then hit them with lower res and then pop the bodies. Oh, you get a stub on one, slow them down again. So it's kind of like you're teasing them. You're like, slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. But you're hitting them with lower res when you are expecting them to speed up. Now this guy, strategy is the same. So when I'm not doing well or whatever, you know, you can see poison without lower res is like, it's okay, it's not that great. Then hit him with lower res, so he's getting weaker now. My summons aren't doing much. but I gotta like sizzle him up a bit with the poison to bring his life bar down, and then slow him down again so that my summons can fucking finish him off. So okay, we got him down like halfway. He's got his speed back. He's hitting really hard. Okay, make him weak again. Just sit back and kind of watch. Nope, I switched by accident. Yeah, make him weak. Make him weak. You're not in any danger. The problem with this build is it just takes forever. Even with his clone, just slow down his clone. Okay, he's dead. You're just not hitting that like Jabazon, I'm gonna poke him and destroy it, but like you're fine. Within like a minute or so, you'll kill him.
I can't carry anymore.
It's the man catcher, I don't remember. I'm taking that though. I think that's the poison one. I don't remember the name of it, like Viper or Fork or something like that. Garbage. But yeah, no, he's good. He's good. The only problem is like the gear. You need this to make him work. Without this, he's impossible. And then that adds more poison damage, and then the other stuff's just like for teleport, plus the skills, and I forget what he got to. 45. So like, yeah, 45 plus skills means this shit is providing us an extra 25 to skills. All of it combined. It's not like an easy character to just be like, oh, okay, I'll roll out of bed and gear him up. But once you get him geared up,
Can't do that here.
you know, that was the hardest place to play. What about like an easier place? Okay. Was average to easy. People bring characters here to test them out. Okay, well, he destroyed everything. Cows, same thing. I think since we need something from cows, I forgot what we need from cows, but we do need something from cows. After IP, we'll do a cow run. With this guy, just so everybody can see.
Hello.
Yeah, Viper Fork. I remember the name. But see, she doesn't have the stabbies on. She doesn't have like a stabby poison skill, so it wouldn't work for her. All her stuff is for jabs. So let me go pee, and we'll do our cows. Okay. So for those curious, he can do it. He's kind of like the Nova Sorceress in the sense of like more radial damage than like direct single target. But you can see right there, those guys had, I'll try to demo it again. Those guys had a green poison resisting on top of their head. Like these guys, when you hit them with lower res, you've literally just erased it. When that green shield disappears over their head, you just erased it. That's what makes lower res so fucking awesome. And on top of that, even if you don't, let's say you don't rock the shit with this guy. You're not that good. You don't have this. You don't have Enigma. You don't have anything. You kind of suck. This skill alone, just do lower res when you're in a public game and people will love you. You're basically like a walking infinity stick. It is so powerful.
Good evening.
He's at least, if you want to say put it this way, useful in a group. Like yes, he kind of like a paladin. He brings a curse to the party instead of an aura. See, you can do it like that. And you can blow up the bodies too, and done. Now, just want people to notice. Look at the pile of cows. Look at the size of the pile of the cows. It's a lot of fucking cows. No, don't hate on homie before saying, God damn, big ass pile of cows. He's good, I'm telling you, he's good. Now, back in the day though, I was trying to figure out who's the best necro, and I thought it was him. And I still don't have an answer, to be honest with you. They're all great in a couple of ways, and they all suck in at least one way. But I'd rather play a necro than any other class in the game. This guy has an advantage over everybody. And a lot of the time it's an unfair advantage. Like, my skeletons are barely doing any of the work. The other advantage that he has, lower their resist, make them die from poison, or slow them down and blow up the bodies around them. See, we're not even going to use lower res, let's just use Decrepify. See, they've slowed down. They're not going to hurt us. Blow them up. And you could do that with a level 30 Necromancer in hell. That's what makes them, like, it's so unfair how disgustingly powerful they can be. But it's because the devs saw that they don't have, I'm trying to think of any other class. No, they're the only class that doesn't have any sort of, like, well, you could argue the Sorceress as well. But them and the Sorceress are the only ones that don't have any sort of physical skill. Like, they can't be melee characters in any capacity. An Assassin can, a Druid can, Barbarian, Amazon, Paladin. They could be melee, or they could be, you know, like skill-based. Necro and Sorceress cannot, so they're like, alright, we need to cushion these dudes, because they're never going to walk up to something and physically smack them. So what did they do? They made their elemental skills, like, way fucking better than any other thing in the game. And that's why this guy will always have an unfair advantage. He'll always be fucking way better when it comes to element. That's why, like, people talk about Mosaic, Assassin, whatever. Like, she might be slightly faster. She's not better. It's just the mechanic of her skill are a little bit faster, but I could do players 8 counts just as easy. if you put them in a side-by-side comparison, you're like, all right, get through cows quickly. He might be a few seconds behind her. But it's not like, oh no, she's like cucking him or making him look like shit. Like, no. And there's the fact that he could summon stuff, and he could, like, he's safer. So, like, he doesn't really worry about this shit. Just cast your little poisons, blow up some bodies, you're fine. And he doesn't have to build up charges like a Mosaic Assassin. He just casts shit and keeps it moving. See? I didn't even do lower res here. That guy will die. We don't have to worry about him.
It's locked.
Easy cow run. And he does, I don't want to say the same, but about the same on Players 8. He's slightly weaker on Players 8. I think Players 3 and 5, no difference. Players 6, 7, you start to feel it. Players 8, you do feel it, but not by that much. Like, he's one of those, like, oh shit, why did they make him so powerful type of characters. Alright.
Not in town.
Well, we'll put him aside for now. Go back to her. These guys are looking for the same old bullshit. I kind of want to just, like, test her ass out in a cow game. So her mercenary is actually using the... I put a plague on him so he casts... Or has a chance to cast lower res. What's the chance? 20%. So... I'm kind of using the same thing that we're kind of exploiting with the Necromancer, but with her, and doing it with lightning instead of poison. That's it. She could use an Infinity because Infinity covers that, but I'm like, I don't want to do, like, drop 2 burrs on that for a character that we're gonna delete next Friday. So I was like, nah. And also the plague in the lower res is a good / slower substitute for Infinity. Like, it's not the best, but it does what you need it to do, which is lower or break enemies' resistances. But now that we kind of moved away from the whole poison thing, I would say poison build is viable. It's just not that great. And we talked about this last time on stream, viable versus great. Viable means you could do it. Good or great means it's, like, actually usable, fun. Nobody wants to just be, like, average or whatever. So, I don't know. It's up to you. If you want to do what we just did with the Necro, but with an Amazon at a weaker rate, you can do the poison jabs on. But I'm kind of done with her because I put so much into it, and I didn't get really that much out of it. The only time I felt like I was like, all right, she's functioning, is when I took Enigma off and I had that perfect, the one that we traded for 15 jar rooms, the perfect Bramble. That's the only time where I was like, oh, okay, she's functional. And she still was way slower than a lightning jet is on. So, like, for me, that's not good enough that I have to put a rune word on you that's worth 15 jar runes and otherwise perfect gear, and you're still like mediocre? No. That's just like me desperately trying to make her work because I wanted to. She doesn't, and I'm okay with that. Took me a while, but I'm okay with it now. At first I was like, no, but if we just litter her with poison charms and negative poison resonance. Nope. It's just the character just isn't built. And the reason why, I just discovered it literally right now while we were testing that Necro. I checked his Poison Nova, and I always thought, I was like, damn, it takes so long for Poison Nova to apply. His Poison Nova fully applies that 10k in 2 seconds. That was the poison delay. For her, it's 9 seconds. And at one point in, I think 2.4 or 2.5, when they were adjusting the skill and making her more powerful, they set it to 3 seconds, and she was like destroying stuff. And then I guess they got worried that people were gonna pick her over the Lightning Fury, and they were like, no, we need to adjust it. And it was like the lamest move in fucking Diablo 2 dev history, other than nerfing Druid Shockwave. It was like, why? Instead of like being like, no, we need to make their strategy is really like, we need to make every other class stronger, but without them touching Paladin, Lightning Fury, or Blizzard Sorcerers. And they failed. I mean, they succeeded with, you know, Fire Druid, Fire builds in general, and whatever. But then you go give the world the Mosaic Assassin, and you're like, oh no, we don't want to make stuff too OP. Dude, Mosaic Assassin has now catapulted into the strongest kit. She's stronger than a Hammerdin and a Javison. With cheaper gear. Her most expensive runes for her claw is a gold rune. Like, get the fuck out of here. So that whole argument just goes out the window. Like, that's just... I think it's a bunch of maybe like younger people, or maybe even older people that were just into the assassin back in the day, like I was, and like whatever a lot of people were. And they're like, wouldn't it be cool if assassins were strong? And they took the wouldn't it be cool to like degrees that are just like, okay, this is slightly unfair and slightly breaks the game and slightly makes every other build useless. And I think to counteract that, what they ended up doing is making her ladder only, because you can't make those claws on non-ladder. Still, after like 3 seasons. So I think that's like their compromise. It's just like, oh no, but you can't make her anywhere but on ladder. Well, okay, you can still make her. And then ladder season ends in 4 months and she becomes non-ladder. Then what? That's how I got mine. I got so tired of seeing those bitches on non-ladder that I was like, I'm just gonna make one on ladder and then wait till the ladder season expires, and then I'm just gonna transfer her to non-ladder. And I did that, and I took a bunch of mosaics with me, and I traded each one of them for Jaw or Burr on non-ladder. Because everyone's like, I can't make it on non-ladder. I'm like, well, I got you. I'll just fucking trade it to you here on non-ladder from my ladder character that just finished ladder. Like, I don't like when games try to set these hard-ass rules, but they're like, oh, well, the loophole is you can make 27 mosaics and take them to non-ladder and sell them. Like, all you're doing is screwing non-ladder people that don't want to do ladder. Like, what's wrong with not wanting to do ladder? But you're like, no. To get this rune word, you have to join ladder. And they used to do it where when the rune word was introduced, you couldn't get it, but the season after you could. Well, it's been like 3 or 4 seasons since Mosaic. Why can people still not get it? Like, what's going on? And it's to encourage engagement and get you on ladder. Encourage competition and this and that. They want to drive the player numbers up, basically. And if you think about it, on non-ladder, you don't have to play that hard because most likely you've been playing so hard and you got gear from other characters that you could just share gear. Like, I got 3 or 4 Enigmas just sitting there. So if I decided to make another non-ladder assassin tomorrow, I'll be like, I got an Enigma waiting for her. But when I get to ladder, I have to farm. I have to take my time. I'm gonna invest 2, 3, 4, 500 hours just to get her kitted out. And that's what they want. They want player engagement. So because of that, they're like, well, how do we get people to get player engagement? Oh, send them to ladder. Okay, well, that's great. And then some people don't want to go to ladder. Like, that's still fine. But like, make other incentives. Like, give us a rune stash tab or a gem stash tab. They're not doing like quality of life stuff where, okay, you're making us play more, but that means we collect more. Give us more space. Give us more stash. No, just play more and throw away things. Okay, give us new characters so we can save the stuff we can't hold. Give us more character slots. No. They give us 4, and then they're like, alright, that's it. That's all you get. It's like, why? Why is 4 the number? Like, why not 5, 10, 20 more, double it? 4? It's a very, like, arbitrary number to get to and be like, okay, this is it. It's all you're getting. Doesn't make any sense. But that's what they've chosen, so... I don't know. I don't even fight it anymore. I'm like, whatever. Because I see, like, bigger content creators like Mr. Llama and stuff. They folded the tent. They're like, we got what we got. Mr. Llama's the type that's not gonna migrate to D4. He hates it. He's like me. Then you got like Cooley and them. They've already gone. The Brunsky's fucking gone. He's gone. He went to the Diablo 4. You can see his channel is plastered with Diablo 4 content now. I'm like, oh, that's why I haven't seen him around. So certain people are just like, I'm just moving on, this game's gonna die. And then the rest of us are like, well, maybe the game's gonna die, but we're not gonna stop playing it once it's dead. And that's how I feel about, like, this is the best action RPG ever created. And even with the... I'm grateful for the changes that they made in the last 3 years since it's been out, 2021, September. We're reaching almost September 2021 and 2024. So we're reaching the 3-year mark, and they did a lot. You can go back and look at the patch notes for each thing. They did a lot. However, I feel like this is an alive and thriving game. Why would you not want to do more just to cater to Diablo 4? That's very divisive. A lot of people don't like Diablo 4. A lot of D2 players don't like Diablo 4. A lot of new players don't like Diablo 4. It's not like this runaway success. I'm actually kind of curious about that. Right when we get a break here, let me kill some stuff. And I'll let them take care of the rest. I do have an unkillable build. Agree. Oh, well. Yeah, nobody likes this shit. So I'd like to see sales numbers. D2R is fundamentally a better game than D2R. Yeah, like we know, bro. Sorry, you, I guess, had to give Blizzard $70 to learn the lesson the hard way. Yeah. Company driven by greed, yep. It went in the wrong direction, but the truth is for the average gamer, D3 and beyond are much more enjoyable. Except it can make more itemization, leveling, blah 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 blah. Sounds very heavy and hectic here. But yeah, there you go. Public sentiment, popular opinion is D2R. I think maybe sales figures. I think maybe because a lot of D2R people got excited and went out and bought D4, it pushed it, and then there's the sunken cost fallacy where people were like, well, I already spent money on it, so now I need to play it. I do that all the time. I buy games on Steam and I'm like, well, I already bought it, so I need to finish it, or well, I already bought it, so I need to at least play it. That's why we did the serial. That's like the perfect explanation. We're 3.5 hours into stream. We spent 2 of those hours, at least 2.5, on serial cleaner. Why? Because I bought it and I paid money for it. We're gonna fucking try it. So it's a proven theory, not just with video games, but with everything. Like, if you buy something, you will try it to justify the fact that you spent money on it. It's a very powerful psychological tool. And a lot of companies, what they've done with this, instead of making better products, they make products that are more appealing rather than better. So you end up collecting these products that are just more appealing. They got a better marketing trend rather than being better products. So because of that, you have a bunch of angry, disgruntled, not employees, sorry. Them too, they're probably fucking pissed about this. But consumers that are like, dude, you said it was gonna be one thing and it fucking sucks. Why does it suck? Like, you kind of gaslit me. And it's like, no, it's just a marketing. Like, you need to try it for yourself.
It's locked.
And what ended up happening, because most people don't have like a friend, like back in the day when you wanted to try a game, like World of Warcraft, for example. I went to my cousin's house and I played WoW, and I was like, I played it for like a month because he was subscribed and he was rich and I wasn't. And I was literally too broke to play WoW because it's like $20 a month. And then I played it for a month at his house. I'd go every day after school. I built a character. I fucking did everything. And then after a month's worth of playing it, he's like, so what do you think? Are you going to join? I'm like, nope. He's like, why not? I'm like, nothing in this game feels like it's worth $20 a month for me. And at the time, I was also playing Diablo 2, but like classic D2, not the new one, not this one. This didn't come out until 2021. So it's like one of those things where I was like, nope, nothing here justifies its existence. And at the time, I think I was only like 14 or 15. I'm like, I don't see anything here that justifies the existence of this game. Like, it's fun, but $20 a month, it should be free. And of course it blew up, and there's, you know, like people like Asmongold and stuff like that. But for me, it was always the cartoony graphics that did it in. There's always the daily quests. You gotta log in, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. For some people, that loop is addictive. for me, that loop is exhausting. I like to try like different stuff. Now, granted, that sounds kind of counter intuitive for the fact that we constantly play this, but this doesn't stress me out. Like, we went out and did Serial Cleaner for 2 hours. I'm like, oh, okay, we could go do Dead Space tomorrow, or Callisto Protocol for like 2-3 hours, and then I could come back to this like comfort food. This is like my popcorn. Like, oh, okay, yeah, we had dinner. Now we could have some popcorn. Like, this is okay anytime, any day, anywhere. I'm fine with it. And it doesn't put any stress or pressure on me. But those other games, like Serial Cleaner, the whole time I was playing it, I was like, this is not justifying the 20 or 30 bucks I spent on it. This has, though. This has done it, multiple times. I've spent like 10,000 hours on this game. And I've bought it on like 6 different platforms. I bought it on PC back in the day. I bought the Battle Chest. I bought it on Switch. I bought it on PlayStation. I bought it on Xbox. I bought it on PC. Like, I even went to one of those stores for, I think, like 2 of my characters only out of the 24. So don't get in a hissy fit. But I went to like AOEH whatever. I bought like some runes and like a couple of rune words. I spent like $100. I'm like, I just want to try this out and see if it's worth it. Of course, it's not worth it, because it's always better to just farm your own shit. It's more fun. I regretted it afterwards. I was like, what a waste of $100. But yeah, I have done it. Speaking of doing it, I'm gonna pee. We're gonna check these, and if there's nothing going on, we're gonna gears it. So BRB. Also, I'd like to just make it clear that I was on the right side of history when I said as soon as D4 came out, they're gonna fucking abandon us, and they did. So thank you, Blizzard. Even though you got bought out by Microsoft, you fucking sold out and decided to cater to the lowest common denominator player, which is the average person who's, ooh, cool. So yeah. Meanwhile, you have a hardcore base here who's like sitting here trying to trade shit, knows the lingo, knows the game. Yeah, that's cool. Wouldn't be the first time we've all experienced corporate betrayal. Normal. Totally normal. Loafer, sir. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Time to gear